these are the axles and wheels I got off of my other Ford Ranger spare differential, and I think they're the same exact bolt pattern as the trailer. Let's see here. Bingo! I just got myself spare tires and spare tire holders. Well, not spare tires, those tires are fucked up, but spare wheels that I can put spare tires on. And holders. Watch what I'll do with these. This motherfucker is not gonna have just one, but two spare tires at all fucking times. I like the way this came out. However, although this is never gonna fucking break off or fall off, I don't like this little bit of flex right here. So let's see if I can box in this frame a little bit here. We're gonna get a box frame going, stiffen it up. You know I like stiff things.
That's what she said.
I tell you what.
This bad boy right here can hold all the spare tires. First actual test fit of the spare wheel to the trailer axle. I hadn't done this before putting a tire on it, but looks fine. It'll work. Right, Mr. Bean? Stiffer than a honeymoon dick. Also went ahead and painted these black because obviously you gotta paint them black. Mr. Bean gave me a hand supervising. He's really good at supervising. Right, Mr. Bean? Okay, so something that I think is often overlooked on trailers with winches, the winch is gonna come from the tongue, right? And it's gonna come over here, and you're gonna have your car or whatever the fuck you're pulling over there, but it's always gonna be lower than the trailer, right? So the fucking steel rope is gonna dig into this shit and wear out over time. It's gonna fucking snap from rubbing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a hard ass axle shaft, weld it on here, and it's round. It's a lot smoother. It'll be way, way easier on that fucking cable. Right? That's the idea anyway. So I'm starting to cut wires and shit and setting up the box, and I had an idea. What if this motherfucker is, you know, overloaded, or I'm using a snatch block so it's going real slow, and I want to hook up jumper cables, fuck.
I wonder what the fuck the real dialogue is.
Fuck, I can't even talk right now. Well, jumper cables they'll work. They're alright. They're what everybody else uses. But what if I had a direct link between this battery and the battery on the vehicle? That's where this airplane charging port comes in. This motherfucker's gonna be right fucking here. And then you simply plug in this end over here and hook your cables over there, wherever your other vehicle might be. It'll charge the battery as you're pulling along with it. Right? Or more work. Oh well. This is the mounting plate for the winch. However, I need to elevate it about 2 inches, and what some people would do in a case like this is stack washers. I used washers for the mock-up, but you don't want to run it like that. You risk the bolt bending. The washers will allow the bolt to bend, and they will break. However, if you come up with a solid, beefy, thick, strong fucking plate like this, size of the bolt cannot bend. So un poquito de scope right, un poquitico de lacquer thinner. And yes, the battery has been clamped the fuck down. This isn't going anywhere. None of it. Anchored. Now, I have to fabricate loading ramps in case I want to drive something on here. Let's do it. Okay, ramps are done. I gotta paint them, but I'll leave that for a little later. It's your classic style of angle iron ramp, but I added a support in the middle there, and I had a little issue with this lip. I just put a little angle right there. A little ramp on the ramp, right? Let's test it, see what happens. Jack is jacking, ramps are ramping, berth is waiting. Plug is plugged. Have it hooked up to the tractor here, just because it's more convenient. Get some slack out of the winch. So one thing you're supposed to do with your brand new winches right out of the box is coil the entire wire rope under a load so it's coiled nice and tight. Because from the box, from the factory, it's coiled loosely. The easy way to do this is just sit in your fucking car and hold the brake a little bit and just let it wind up. Well, the winch is doing its job, but it looks like Bertha's just a little too wide.
My hip is stuck.
Wide to go on here. Motherfuck. Okay, fuck it. Now I'm gonna load the forklift. It's narrower than my truck, but it weighs about 3 times as much. This thing weighs 9,800...
700 billion and 1,300,000,000,000,000,000.
150 pounds. It's either gonna break the cable, break the winch, or fold the trailer like a fucking taco. We're gonna see what this thing is made of now. The setup is a little different because now it's heavier than holy shit. This is a little over what the winch is rated for, so now we use a snatch block and we come over here and put one of the anchors to use. See, it's like a V shape there. Pull from there, see what happens. Went ahead and threw this heavy mat over this shit. Anytime you're pulling something that you think things are gonna snap on, put a mat or a rag or a sweater or something over the fucking, whatever you're pulling with, in case it snaps. That's gonna absorb some of the shock and it's not gonna come flying over here and bust. Your teeth wide open.
Later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay, it's almost over the axle. I gotta make a little adjustment right here, and typically you'd have to jump over this, but I have a step. point is holding great right here. Those welds y'all were making fun of are still holding almost 10,000 pounds. Let's finish it off. That's almost 10,000 fucking pounds. And it's holding great. Man, look at that fucking thing. Now, just to demo how these aircraft rails work, for those that don't know or have never seen them, I'm sure you've seen them on my truck, but you may not know how they work. They work in conjunction with straps that have these ends on them. Or if you have a regular Focus, a regular hook type strap, you know, regular old ratcheting strap, you get these bad boys, and these become your hook points on here. They simply go on the rail, you lift this little latch, and then you install it on whichever hole you want. Say I pick that one, for example. Come over here with your old hook, just hook it on in there, tighten your strap. These aircraft type straps are not ratcheting. All you got to do is pick a point where it's tight, then come in here, and that is locked in there for the rest of fucking eternity until you decide to undo it. Do not travel with a forklift grabbed only by there. I believe this trailer has passed the load test.